some things that people don't talk about that's like reality in college. Or like anyone, I guess.
I would say just the fact of how stupid college is.
All right, let's go. What's up, guys? This is a podcast with, my name is Spencer.
My name is Mason.
I'm Jack.
I'm a special guest, Landon Morgan.
Yeah, so Lando went to high school in Amarillo. I didn't really become buddies with him until he came to Oklahoma State.
We really didn't even know of each other until we got here.
Yeah. But just became good buddies, and here we are. So let's talk a little bit about your college experience, Lando.
My college experience.
Yeah.
Well, I came into college thinking I wanted to be an engineer. Ended up deciding to pledge, and about halfway through pledgeship, I realized that it wasn't for me. So I decided to drop actually in the middle of finals week of my very, very first semester. Yep, so I was literally moving into an apartment while taking finals, so that was definitely different. But after that, I decided to switch back into engineering, and I finally made my way back to business, so it's been one heck of a journey so far.
What was the hardest part about that, like pledgeship? Was it time commitment or?
I just think that I wasn't in a place where I wanted to, get myself out there. I didn't really find myself until about sophomore year of college and really figure out what I wanted to do with my life. So it was just more of a personal thing, nothing against the guys. It was just, I didn't put in the time, and they definitely didn't deserve to have me in their pledge class because I was not a very good pledge at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your girlfriend, Carson, had a lot to do with that too, just like helping you through the process,
Yeah.
and like shaping you who you are today, as well as because like I knew you in high school, like knew of you. Yeah. And I was like the first time I ever met you, I was like, dang, bro, like I don't know if I want to hang out with that man.
Your music taste is a lot different.
Yeah, young boy.
You went from like straight rap to like country boy vibes.
I know. Now it's George Strait. That's been it. But
Well, give me the rundown. Like, compare yourself high school to college now.
It's crazy.
What would you say is the main different factors?
It is completely a 180. Like, if you were to see me in high school, you'd be like, dude, I don't want to do with this.
Bro had like Justin Bieber hair, bro. Like he'd flick it like that.
Hair, skater boy vibes, like skinny jeans, ripped, got the Vans on.
Dude, that's
Hey,
sick.
you were a hard worker though. You had worked that construction job.
Oh, yeah.
And you had a construction job?
Yeah, I did. I worked construction right out of college, and I literally ripped out these ceilings that are above us right now, and it was awful. I will never go back to it again. It made me realize that I actually wanted to go to college and not spend the rest of my life working in construction.
So was your plan originally not to go to college?
No, it was.
Okay.
It was always go to college, but that's just the one job that really stood out to me because it was right after I graduated high school. So working it was definitely hard. Like, I would come home, it just like my face would literally be black. Like, I would shower and it was just dust. Like, you could just see it in the water. It was disgusting.
That's
It was so nasty.
Okay, I have another question. So, like, what do you think about, like, you and Carson's relationship in college compared to what it was in high school? Like, talk a little bit about that.
Well, I guess we never really we dated my last semester of senior year. Okay. So that was kind of like right whenever I decided that I wanted to make a little bit of a change in my life.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's just coming into college, it was definitely weird balancing a relationship while trying to make new friends.
Yeah.
It was a lot harder because your friends are always like, oh, just come out and do this with you or do this with us. But,
yeah,
you always
it's hard to like balance your time.
Yeah, definitely. But I would say that we definitely have managed to make it work. And, like where we are now, we've been dating for 4 years.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Coming on Sunday.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I think it's super cool, just like the impact she's had on your life as well. Like, I've seen it firsthand, especially these past few years as I've been.
It's crazy how much a girl can change you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not kidding. Like, people say that's so weird, but like
It makes you a little bit more like sensitive or something.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm a little more soft-hearted now.
Yeah.
Like, I look at all the decisions that I made in high school, and I'm like, dude, I'm stupid. Like, why did I do that?
Dude, but she's had like such a big impact on like your walk with the Lord too.
Definitely.
You know?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, definitely.
And I've seen like her love for the Lord rub off on you 100%.
She's definitely changed my perspective on a lot of things. I mean, just going through what she's gone through.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really just an eye-opener to like how easy I have had it and how hard she has had it, and just seeing how far she has come and what she's doing now in life as to where she was.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
That's sick.
yeah.
So what are your plans like? I know you're about to graduate. What are your plans moving further on? Just kind of explain to our big audience
I
here.
wish
dude.
I knew. Dude, I really, really do wish I knew. I mean, I have absolutely no idea. Right now, I'm just hopefully trying to get an internship. Originally, I was actually talking to your dad. And since I'm doing distant learning, I'm just going to sit in with him a little bit and learn about more of his financial advising stuff and his bank on yourself, I guess, concept is what I guess he's one of 200 people out of the United States and Canada that practices financial services like he does.
Yeah.
So, definitely going to sit in with him, and hopefully, if I don't use that as a profession, just use it in my personal finances.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've been very open to almost anything in the financial industry.
Where do you want to live if you picked? Like, because you're moving back to Amarillo, right?
Yeah, so I moved back to Amarillo on Tuesday, and I start my job there, but Carson literally had called me, she's been working for 3 weeks now. I guess she's just finishing up her third week, and I think it was on Tuesday that she called me, and she was like, man, I'm kind of sad. And I was like, well, why are you sad? She was like, I literally just live to work. And I was like, yeah, it sucks. Like, this is literally the rest of our life.
Dude.
This is what society tells us.
It's crazy.
And I was like, well, why don't we just find something to do where we can work remotely while, going to travel? And she was like, yeah, if we can. I was like, well, then I guess we have to figure out what that is.
Yeah, because that's
who knows what it is, but
yeah, that's hard. My cousin just moved to Dallas, and he says when he gets off at 5:30 every day, he has to drive an hour
yes,
to go meet up with his girlfriend or his friends or whatever, and that's an hour there and an hour back, and it's by that time you're already ready, getting ready to go to bed.
Well, I mean, like I said, I was telling you earlier, I think that she literally wakes up at 6 every morning. She's literally out of the door by 6:58 every single morning, and then drives all the way from Arlington into Dallas, and gets to work, and then gets off at 5. And she says that the traffic is around an hour and 15 minutes.
I feel
on average every single day to get from Dallas back to Arlington. That's just how bad traffic is there.
I feel like that would just be really mentally draining, especially going from the transition from college to where you're just on your own schedule, and then you have class twice a day, to waking up like that. And
it's
just,
definitely a culture
all day
shock,
long.
You know, I mean, you're surrounded by people that are just living the corporate life. That's all they do. And, sadly, that's probably what I'm going to end up in for the first couple of years. That's not really what I want to end up in. But, no, going back to your question.
Because, a lot of people are like, oh, let's move to Hawaii, or go, be, a snowboard instructor, for a year after college.
Yeah, tons of people are saying.
Yeah.
That'd be so much fun, though. I would totally be down for that if I was a little bit
It'd be sick, but think about it. Why don't you? Why don't? No, exactly. Why don't you though? No, I'm being serious. What's holding you back from that? Not making the amount of money you want to make for your kids, or what?
Honestly, yeah. It boils down to finances.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just there's just something in me that is scared to take that risk. I wouldn't say that I'm scared. I'm just nervous.
Yeah.
Just like everyone is, I guess, going into it. But
totally.
yeah, it's definitely you have no idea what you're going to be making or if you're going to be making anything.
Yeah.
So that's definitely why having something stable at the beginning is, I guess, kind of nice, but eventually, hopefully, I can, wean my way off of that a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Jack, all right, I got a question for you.
Okay.
All right, so audience, we went to this thing called Kaleo this summer, me, Mason, Jack. It was awesome. We recommend it. But this boy, Jack, I got a question. I've asked Mason and Landon this, but so if we were to take like a year off, we graduate college, right after college, we move to Orlando, we get a job at Disney Springs, and we just go to Disney for like a year for free. What are your thoughts?
so you're going to be those Disney people, huh?
Dude, I love it. Disney is the best, dude.
Dude, we rode like Guardians of the
Oh my
Galaxy
gosh.
like 10 times.
That's the best roller coaster.
It was like awesome because
Those
you
nerds.
work. We went,
Oh yeah. Also,
Yeah,
it's
you can
it's
call
the
it.
world's
That roller
biggest
coaster is
indoor roller
amazing.
coaster.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's the most expensive roller coaster in the world.
And the biggest
Is it really?
indoor
Yeah.
roller coaster.
I didn't know that.
It's life changing. First
Like-
of all.
Life-changing.
So-
Yes, dude.
It feels like
I'm
you're
like, I'm
actually-
not capping, bro. It's crazy.
It feels like you're actually flying through space, like when you're riding it. It's
Really?
like, you know how like, have you ever been on Space Mountain?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. It was at the one in California.
It's like 10 times that.
Yeah, it's 10 times that. It's like you're flying through space, but like, you know how Space Mountain you're riding in it, like you feel like you got a migraine.
This thing you're
Yeah.
spinning, you're looking at the stars, bro.
The chairs
I don't
like
know if
move.
we-
the music makes it. The music.
Yeah.
There's
So
like
it's
there's
like-
like 5 80s songs. It's amazing.
So you're basically just sitting there and you're sitting still, but like you just feel like you're floating.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's so
Because-
smooth that
yeah.
you're like legit. There's like projectors everywhere, and you're like spinning along the track.
And it's stars.
It's
I
so
feel like that would make
smooth
me
that you feel
motion
like
sick.
no. It's like the smoothest
It's like you're
thing ever.
floating, dude.
Because I heard that
it's just-
first. I heard that first, and it like spins with the turns. So that you take the turns like real smooth. It legit feels like you're flying through space.
When you get off the ride, you're like.
My question,
legit
back to the
smiling.
question.
What do I think about that?
Yes, what do you think about it?
Well, like it sounds good from just like an outside perspective, but I feel like I'd get in there and I'd be working at Disney Springs again, and that grind is just a nightmare.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell
Yeah,
everyone
tell 'em where you
worked.
I don't want to bash where I worked.
No, it was an amazing. Yeah, that is facts.
Where'd you
Like-
work at? Where was it?
Dude, I worked at Chicken Guy. And
Chicken
let me
Guy?
tell
But
you-
their food's good.
It was
Yeah,
gas. Their
it's
food is
chicken fried
gas.
chicken.
It's just.
no, I wasn't.
But, like,
That's
it's-
the issue.
Hey, but it is hard work and like respect to anyone who does work there.
Facts.
oh, totally. Like
That's why
people
we
that
don't
work
want to
there-
go back. Is because like
Dude.
it was a grind.
Yes, there's this one dude, Josue. He was the hardest worker I've ever
Josue.
met in my life.
Shout out to
He won,
Josue.
like, yeah, shout out to Josue. He won like Employee of the Month like 3 months in a row while I was there, and like trash was always taken out. Like the second it got full, it was out. He was outside in like 100-degree heat all day long taking out the trash.
You cannot find workers like that anymore.
No,
It's very, very rare.
he's literally like, I have to do this for my family, and
Yeah.
I respected him so much. But just the grind at Disney Springs is.
It's
oh
different.
my gosh, it's so
It really
different.
appreciates like what we have.
No, facts.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I mean, somewhat small town Oklahoma is just not pulling the numbers that Disney
Yeah.
Springs is, and it's
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah, it is crazy.
So going back to the question, like going to Disney all the time sounds great, but I don't know if I want to live in Orlando.
Yeah.
and
It's a
work at
workout
Disney
when you go to Disney.
It's
Yeah.
a whole
Like,
different world.
when
up
you
there.
plan that, it's not a
Walking
vacation.
No.
all day, like every single day.
No, we literally. So basically, what it looked like for some days we went to Disney, like we'd have trainings in the morning, and then we'd just like go to Disney the rest of the day. Meanwhile, people would just like hang out at the resort or whatever. But like, we were in Orlando and we got free Disney, so we were like, dude, we're going to Disney
we had to take
whenever we
advantage
have
of
the
it.
chance.
Yeah.
Might as well.
So we literally went from like park to park to park to park
From 8
all
a.m. to midnight.
day.
So speaking of, what was your favorite park?
Dude, I don't know. Like,
I would
Animal
say-
it's
Kingdom.
yeah. I would
That's
say
the-
animal.
that's
I would
not
say
because
animal.
of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I would say animal, but like my favorite ride was Guardians, Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Hey, what was y'all's favorite or second favorite ride? Obviously, Guardians takes first.
Avatar was
Dude,
mine.
I didn't get to ride Avatar.
Dude,
What about
Avatar
Rise
was
of the
sick.
Resistance though? First time.
Like first time, Rise of the Resistance is gas.
Yeah.
But the second time, you hit that drop and you're like,
Dude,
you know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
switching up the parks. Universal, Hagrid's.
Hagrid's is
Yeah.
gas.
I didn't even go to Universal either.
Dude.
I didn't utilize my time there.
I know.
When it comes to the theme parks, because what happened was there's this thing, D group weekend. You go on a week trip with like your little community group, and so we went to Atlanta for Six Flags Over Georgia. I had never been on a roller coaster before, and so I go to these butt kicker roller coasters, and I'm thinking I absolutely hate roller coasters. I get back, I don't want to go to Disney. Like everyone's going to Disney, I'm like, I just don't like roller coasters. There's no point.
Dude.
You're that guy.
Yes. I finally go to Disney, and like the rides there are like a lot more mellow, basically.
Yeah.
I feel like. I mean, they're designed for kids, so.
Yeah.
But I rode Guardians of the Galaxy the whole time. I'm thinking, I'm gonna hate this. This sucks. Like, everyone's hyping up this ride. It's gonna suck. And I got off that ride, and my jaw was on.
You
the
can't
floor.
quit smiling after.
No, I legit.
You can't.
It's a
I'm
smile
telling you.
machine.
Yes, it is. The whole time, bro. Especially if you're in the front row. Like, I started
You're
crying.
literally, yeah.
Crying.
Not crying, but
you're
my eyes
already-
started
you're
watering.
watering,
was sweating
yeah.
from
This
his
man
eyes.
was
Yeah, I was
crying.
sweating
hot.
from my eyes. It was crazy.
No, but everyone's face seriously is
Yeah.
just like.
I'm literally
you're-
dragging my jaw on the ground because my jaw dropped. It was insane.
Yeah. But that experience it really was cool. Just
Yeah,
the
for
overall being in Orlando. And it was especially just like a culture shock change. Like even I came back and I was just like,
Everything's
even
different.
just sharing the gospel there was a complete like mind opener.
Yeah,
Because
such
like
cool
we're
experience.
in the Bible Belt here in like Texas and Oklahoma. But like down there, not a lot of people like know Christ. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
like
saying?
going along the beaches, like you would talk to people, and like some people wouldn't even know like who Jesus is, like
So
even
how
the
many
name.
people did you come across that were just like, I have no idea like who Jesus is, like out of how many people?
A lot of people I worked with.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I would say like
So it's
half,
just,
Yeah.
So like 50% of
at least the
people
ones
Yeah.
that like I talked to.
I never personally encountered anyone that like didn't know who he was, but I encountered so many people that like had no idea like what he did. Like I came into a lot of people that could tell me, oh, he's the Son of God, or oh, like kind of have a little bit of a knowledge, but had no like real grasp as to like.
Well, in
just who he
that
was.
area, you have a lot of people coming from like overseas.
Yeah, exactly.
So like,
Yeah.
I think you were telling me about like what was it, coworker that you worked with?
Ivan. Shout out to Ivan. Ivan, I know you
Ivan
will
was
watch
God.
this thing, but Ivan was my best friend, dude. Like
Really?
I promise you, he was like a blessing that God just like placed in my life, dude. That dude is one of the most like kind-hearted, genuine dudes. So kind of his story is like he was from Venezuela, and he moved. Him, his wife, and his like newborn kid moved here to the States. He was
they left everything
he
behind.
struggled to speak English.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Didn't know English, but he was a doctor in Venezuela.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Moved here and
insane.
he's working at a restaurant in Disney Springs, making like $20 an hour, just trying to provide for his
And he
family.
was a doctor.
Yeah, doctor in Venezuela, and he's like, I started like trying to teach him English, like as
You did.
Yeah, as we were working, like we'd take food out to tables, and I would just like practice English
So
with
like,
him.
how would you try to like teach him? Like,
He would have a napkin, and he'd write down, try and spell a word, and he'd try and say it,
Interesting.
and I would respell it for him,
Okay.
and I would tell him how to correctly say it. So I mean, and to this day, I still talk to him, like ask him how he is, how his family is.
Snapchat.
No, text him.
Instagram?
He only has text. He has Instagram too, yeah, but he likes some of my stuff on Instagram. He's like
Okay.
one
Dude,
of the
maybe we
coolest
should have
dudes.
him on the pod.
I'm sure he'd love that.
Bring Ivan in
He is one
from
of the nicest
Florida.
people I've ever met. Like I miss him so much, but I just go back to Orlando to see him.
Oh, also shout out to Dominic.
Who's Dominic?
Yeah,
Dominic was a dude that I worked with.
Well, you
and,
two work together, right?
Yeah, we worked at the same restaurant.
yeah. We worked at Splitsville Luxury Lanes. It was cool.
So you
Those
didn't work.
lanes-
Shout out to
Luxury.
Alan, the
You
manager.
didn't work with the
I
same
love
people?
that dude.
I guess y'all work different shifts or what?
No,
we
we
worked the same
did,
shifts, but I was.
This man was dealing with his sciatic and his
Yeah.
back, and it was hard.
Yeah,
so.
sciatic meaning Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The roller
what
coaster
they
messed you up or what?
Well,
he-
I mean,
he did.
I went to the chiropractor for like a month when we got back, but I was in utility and he was in
I ran
food running.
Yeah.
And utility is code for like bussing tables. So
It's also
But he made more money than I did.
yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
really?
Yeah.
So I guess it was worth it.
Yeah.
Okay. New question. So, Lando, what is like some things that people don't talk about that's like reality in college? Or like anyone, I guess.
I would say just the fact of how stupid college is.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like college, obviously, like I wouldn't say it's stupid. I'm mixing up my words here a little bit, but I think that you do not have to go and get a bachelor's degree to be successful in life. Like, just for example, like I have a good friend of mine that I used to play basketball with intramural. His name's Cooper Heller, and he went to the University of Arkansas for a little bit and then decided that he did not want to go to college anymore. So he completely dropped out, and without really, I guess he had somewhat of a vision, but he's a personal trainer now. He's just like a mentor / personal trainer online. Just
shout out
really
Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper's a good guy. I love him.
Yeah.
His family's really good too. But yeah, he's well off. I mean,
All right, guys, another question. So what do y'all think is like the main difference between living alone in college and living with your parents in high school?
and for me, I would say I always had my parents' help on homework in high school. So coming into college.
What?
No,
Bro, I expect like middle school, but like I always had it in high school. Like no questions asked.
I'm not kidding.
That boy Brent, really, Brent?
No, it's my mom, dude. Dad's way smarter than mom. No diss to mom.
Oh my!
That's rough.
But
Your dad was legit doing your algebra, bro.
no, my mother.
No, his mom.
My mother was doing my algebra, but no,
Yeah.
I definitely came and like not having her brain to help me out with all my homework was. I know it's so like.
That's
Were you like
It's so
your
immature for
freshman
me
year?
to
Were you
say,
like emailing
but-
her your homework and stuff?
No. I figured it out
I know
myself,
kids
but
that
it was
still do that.
it was
Legit, we'll email. I'm not
No
saying
way.
any names, but I know kids
No,
that will.
Come on,
legit,
come on, just say it.
no.
I figured it out myself. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
like moving on, I definitely had to grow up.
okay. So you say like
Sure.
no help in schoolwork or anything like that?
Yeah, that was probably like the main thing for me whenever I
Okay.
came.
But you started as a engineering major, right?
I actually started as a business and then switched into engineering.
Bro,
And then
switched his
back to
major like
business?
5
and
times.
then back to business.
Okay.
I switched my
Oh, wow.
major 3 times.
Yeah.
He has like 140 credit hours.
Yeah, I'm going to
dude.
graduate with 159.
You can get 2 degrees.
Yes,
undergrad
facts.
You can get 2 degrees.
My, dude.
Have you looked into like getting your master's? Like I know you're not, but like did you?
No, not once.
Oh.
I don't really have any desire. I feel like
You could have
master's
a
degree
doctorate
just
right now, bro.
It's more money.
they're not very useful in today's day and age. I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Depends on what
Maybe
you wanna do.
accounting.
Yeah, it
maybe
depends on your
accounting.
degree. It depends on your
Yeah, I
degree.
guess it
Because, like, for me-
it depends on what you want to go into.
Yeah.
For me, if I want to like get a CPA, being an accounting major, like I probably need to do my master's.
Yeah.
Just so
Yeah.
I can have the credit.
Well, I mean, it also
Yeah.
like it makes your pay jump up a little bit too. But I mean, eventually in the long run, if you're doing successful with the company, you're
Yeah.
going to get a pay raise anyways.
Yeah, facts. All right, what do y'all think, Jack, Mason? Biggest like difference from high school to college?
I think for me, it's just like kind of figuring out how to live by yourself. Like
Yeah,
I go, you're getting your own groceries. You're making sure you're staying alive. Essentially, like it's just a big jump. Just kind of figuring out, like I'm paying for my own dinner every night if I eat out. Or
Yeah.
I'm getting groceries now to make sure I have food and. Making sure you're not just buying Oreos.
I literally was living off Stouffer's mac and cheese for my whole first
Dude.
semester.
yeah.
Just because you didn't know how to cook anything else?
Well, I mean, like it
was just the easy thing to do.
Figure it out,
Yeah.
but it was definitely easier just to throw
Yeah.
something in the microwave and heat it up.
Yeah.
Also, just like I can't even remember what I was gonna say there.
I feel like there's just like that like free feeling. Like even
Yeah.
if you don't like have helicopter parents, it's just like kind of just freeing knowing like whatever you decide, it's like on you. Like
Yeah. Curfew.
Yeah.
right.
True,
Well,
yes,
yeah.
Dangerous.
Like even like besides curfew, like that's a huge one, especially for some people. But like I feel like it's when you go to class, like if you skip class or not, that's up to you. Like whatever, like say you make bad decisions. Yeah. But like if you make like bad decisions, like the consequences, it's on no one else but you. And it's like, you have to accept that. But also when you do, like, things that are, like, good, you can take pride in on your own.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think the biggest thing for me, just through my college journey, I guess, has been figuring out, like, being content with being alone is a big one for me, because in college or in high school, you always come home and, like, your parents are there. Like, you have you have dinner, whatever, homework, maybe go see friends. But, like, in college, you get back from class and it's like homework. Like, everyone's living their own lives, you know? And, like, another thing is just, like, establishing your own walk in faith, you know, with the Lord.
That's huge.
So, like, you don't have anyone telling you to go to these events. You don't have anyone pushing you to get plugged into organizations or go to D group in the morning or, like, stuff like that. Like, you have to staple that in your mind.
Yeah.
Like,
Discipline,
make that
self-discipline.
Yeah.
It's the main thing.
That's like a big part of my testimony too. Just like, I grew up going to a Christian school, and so it was just kind of like spoon-fed to me.
Yeah.
My faith was. And so, like, coming to college, it kind of hit me like, holy cow, this is like me doing it now.
Yeah.
I can either continue doing it and, like, press into it, or, you know, just kind of do my own things, make my own decisions. And so that's kind of where it hit me, just becoming more independent with my faith. Just kind of getting to the college and having that realization that it was on me now.
Yeah. Okay, got another question. So, I know I have, like, the best friends from high school, but a lot of different people, like, meet different friends, didn't have the best friends in high school, and they have real good friends in college, or, like, vice versa. Mm-hmm. Like, I have good friends in high school, and I have awesome friends in college. But, like, where is y'all's head at there? Like, what was y'all's high school journey with friends and, like, college journey with friends?
Yeah, I can definitely speak on that. I have no hate against any of my high school friends at all. Like, I still love them for who they are. It's just, you grow apart. It's crazy.
No, you
how,
do, bro.
Oh, it's crazy how, like, they're your best friends, like, 1 year, and then next year, like, they, like, moved on and found other friends, and you're just not even talking anymore. Like,
it's harder than you think. Like, when you move, like, you think, like, when you move, like, everything, like, you're going to stay, like, as close as possible. They're starting, you know, something new in their hometown, and then we're starting something here, and you just lose contact because you only get together around Christmas or Thanksgiving or Easter, and that's the only time you see each other.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's getting together with old friends is definitely, like, it's just, you love it, but it's weird at the same time.
Yes.
Right. It like makes you feel like you're in high school again, low key.
Yeah, it does.
It's like the relationship is nowhere near the same. It's it's such a weird feeling. Like,
it isn't, but it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're like, we were boys in high school, and, like, we have, like, history, but, like, I don't
know you, bro.
Yes,
facts. That is
because, like, you've became, like, such a different person. Y'all both grown.
Just think about it. Right now, I mean, we're seniors in college, seniors and juniors. Yeah. So, I mean, we're 3 or 4 years off from any of these relationships that we've had with our friends. We're not spending every single day with them like we were in the past.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely different whenever you go and, like, try to start the conversation. Like, instead of, like, hey, dude, like, what'd you do yesterday? It's like, hey, dude, like, how have you been?
Yeah.
Right. I guess, like,
fill me in on the last 3 years.
Facts.
Yeah.
I guess, like, tying this in, like, do you think it's going to be weird or challenging going back to Amarillo, like, entering that same environment with those old people?
Oh, definitely. It's going to be very weird considering that no one that I know is going to be there. I mean, there's very few people that I know that are going to still be in Amarillo, but for the majority, most of them are off at college.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not going to have any of my old high school friends, so...
You're going to be, like, in the same environment
it's going to be like I'm starting college again.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
It's...
But it might be more difficult because there's not, like, a whole bunch of people the same age.
Definitely. Well, I mean, you know what makes friends easy is mutual friends. Like, you find someone that knows someone, and, like, you make friends with them, and then it's just a chain effect after that. So... It's definitely going to be different. I mean, spending a lot of time with my parents in the very beginning of it.
I think that'll be good, though. I mean, like, reestablishing those relationships, you know?
No,
it's like you haven't spent that much time with them. And
definitely. Like, you know,
3 years.
Elijah, like, he's going to be there. So at least I have him to talk to. But I mean, for the most part, I mean, 98% of everyone that I know is not going to be in Amarillo.
Yeah. Okay, so talk a little bit about the like difference in the high school friends and college friends. So you talked about the high school friends. Talk a little bit more about like your college friends.
Well, I mean, I think it just boils down to age. Like, I mean, as age has gone on, I mean, we've all gotten older. So as I've grown older, I've found more mature friends. I'm sure as they've grown older, they found more mature friends as well. Right. So like in high school, obviously, we were very, very immature whenever it came to certain things. But I mean, it all boils down to just maturity, I guess.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or like has the past like 3 or 4 years just like seemed like a blimp? Like it's just been so fast.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like I've just like it's literally like the blink of an eye. It's kind of crazy like how your parents have always told you like life is going to go by so fast right after you graduate high school. And now we look at it and we're like, dude, holy
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a senior in college, dude. I graduate this year, and then I move on to like real life.
Right. Yeah.
It's just it's bizarre just how fast things have
And
gone.
we've grown so much in these years, but yet it's been so quick.
Oh, definitely.
Jack, what about you? I haven't really heard much about like your high school experience, so I kind of want to hear a little more on that. Yeah. I know you and that boy Lincoln have been buddies, but like,
you mean LinkedIn?
LinkedIn.
Shout out to LinkedIn. Hey, LinkedIn's gonna be on the next one.
Yeah, he said he may be in the next one. So
Young, wild, and
we'll see
where that goes.
He's a solid dude. Let me tell you.
All right. Before we go on, what did LinkedIn? What's his accomplishment?
He is the youngest in the world to kill all big game species in America.
That's pretty impressive.
North America.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
Like, bro is top notch.
Is it 29 big game species?
29 big game species he's killed.
And the youngest in the world.
Yeah, youngest in the world. And he did it with a bow.
Including a polar
With a bow,
Yeah,
which is even more impressive.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to do it with a gun?
But this dude is like a solid guy. Like, standout guy. Super friendly, super nice.
I mean, I barely know the guy, and he's like the most down-to-earth person, I think.
Super sick dude. So,
shout out
if you
to
like
LinkedIn.
this, check out the next one.
Yeah, check out the next one.
All right, Jack. Yeah, back.
What's crazy about like me and Lincoln even is like we met in pre-K, and then he left the school I was going to in 3rd grade. So we never had that like high school experience together.
Yeah.
And so we always like maintained our relationship outside of school. But my friends, like, in school, I graduated with, like, 78 people.
78?
So, yeah. So I know everyone I graduated with. And so, I mean, through that, you're kind of, like, I feel like I just had a ton of acquaintances. Like, I had, like, 1 or so close friends, and then everyone was just, like, we were cool with each other.
Yeah.
And so coming to college, those friendships didn't necessarily transfer over very well just because... Like it was everyone was friendly with everyone, so we didn't really have
close friends.
I didn't really have like close friends. And then even my close friends, either went a different direction or we just don't really talk very much anymore. My roommate at the time was that like one close buddy I had in high school. So I was kind of on like a blank slate with friends in college, and ultimately ended up working out. I've met a ton of people through like STUMO and even just other organizations. So it's totally worked out, but I'd say now like all my friends are college friends rather than high school friends.
Yeah.
I hardly talk to anybody from high school, but like I still reach out and still check in on them.
So there's no one at all you like talk to?
I have like 1 or 2 people that I talk to from high school.
That's crazy.
But it's from a small pool too.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, 78 people?
Yeah, so right around there.
That is facts. 70s. I didn't think about that.
I mean, how many people? I graduated with 535.
Yeah, mine was 529 or something like that.
That's way bigger classes than 78.
Yeah. All right, Mace, what about you, brother?
I mean, I would say I'm in the same boat, basically. I have like five or so like really close friends that I still talk to, but once you come to college, it's like you don't find time to like meet up unless you're both like going home. But there's a lot of times like I'm going home for a certain week and it's like I'm there to spend time with family, either it's for Christmas or not. and it's hard to like meet up and hang out with them.
Yeah, I know.
But I would say like we're still close, but it's just different when you come to college because it's like you're like becoming more mature, like you said, and like you're just kind of on your own without like
you're
your
just going at
parents.
different paces.
Right,
So
right.
It's hard.
Yeah, it definitely makes it different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just like you're growing without your parents. You're building like your network without like your parents, and like when you're living at home, your parents they guide you in the right direction, but you're here by yourself to like do that for yourself.
Yeah.
So it's almost not more meaningful, but in a certain way it is.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah. I mean, for me, dude, I had some solid friends in high school. Like, shout out to Park in the Back. Only the few know.
Hey.
But
I got into it late,
Man.
so
yeah,
I'm part of it.
Yeah, Lando's a newcomer. He's a newcomer, but
I'm a newbie.
man, I can't brag enough on those people that I.
See, you just had like a whole different experience though. Like
Yeah.
all of your friends that you have now that don't go to the same college as you, they're still great friends.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's
they're all
because-
of my best friends too.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. But I think
Very uncommon.
Yes, exactly. And like so many people I've talked to talk to me about that. They're like, this thing that you have like is very rare because we all go out of our way. Like every year we make a trip to Dallas and everyone goes.
That's awesome.
Dang.
And every year everyone goes
Well, even
to
if
like
it's not Dallas, like
College Station, Fayetteville.
I mean, we just
Stillwater.
Most of the time, like y'all all try to meet up. Then if it's not in Dallas,
Yeah.
it's somewhere else.
Yeah.
And most of the time, someone at least can't make it. So
Yeah. Or like
today's-
Lubbock. Like Blake goes there now. Tin Horn, my boy, goes there now. But like all of like my friends from high school are so far apart. But yeah, like we still talk every day. Like it's
That's dope.
it's
So
the
unheard of.
craziest thing.
I mean,
but like
it's
Totally.
What do you think like the biggest reason for that is?
I don't know. I think it's, but like for me personally, like I've tried to go out of my way to talk to each of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like when I was going to your house, I just got off the phone with like one of my good buddies from back home, just like seeing how he was doing, like how his semester was, stuff like that. But just like, and they reach out to me too, like how are you, stuff like that. But like I think it's that constant reassurance that like they're thinking about you, and like I think that is super big if you're especially wanting to keep a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't know,
Takes
but
a lot of effort.
yeah, so like I leave them. I really didn't know what I was gonna do. I was like, oh my gosh. And then God placed like these amazing people in my life here at College Station or in Stillwater.
We are not.
I'm thinking about College Station now.
Oklahoma, man.
But yeah, Stillwater.
Far from it.
Yeah, dude, I've met some amazing people here in Stillwater. I've just been like super blessed with.
It's kind of crazy how like God has worked in all of our lives so much.
Yeah.
Like your freshman year, you were like here alone.
Yeah.
Because like your girlfriend was still back in Amarillo, and then you didn't know many people coming in.
Yeah.
So and you were living alone, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually living with a guy who dropped
okay.
the fraternity with me. Or after I did. So I moved back home after I dropped the fraternity. Just to deal with some like family issues and stuff. And then he texted me and he's like, "Hey, I just dropped. Would you want to live in the dorm?" And I'm like, "I guess so." So I ended up moving back here. But yeah, I think like on that topic of the whole fraternity deal, like those guys are studs. Like each and every one of the Fiji guys, if they're watching this, like in my PC, I would do anything for those guys. They're awesome guys. But like I had something at home that I had to deal with, and I went home and dealt with it, and then I moved back up here. Just circumstances, I guess. But
Yeah.
I think there's a lot about like the reason that I didn't really click with all the guys too was, I mean, like I said, I just didn't really talk to them as much as I should
Yeah.
have, and there was a lot of stuff going on personally. Like my
Yeah.
grandpa had passed away during
Yeah.
my very first semester, so he was
It's hard.
one of the main guys that like I really talked to.
And pledship's like, it's like draining. It's like,
Oh, dude, you
don't get much
you
sleep.
You literally wake up so early. I mean, not just like it's not like anything that they're trying to, like, they're just trying to teach you like good habits.
Right.
Like moral of the story. They're just trying to really get you out there and, like, I guess get you into the rhythm of adulting.
Life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like pledgeship for, like, everyone to some extent is a little confusing because everyone's trying to find their friends and who they get along with.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's so draining because you don't have much sleep, and then you're also trying to do the things that you're asked and
schoolwork,
and
so it's so hard to manage.
Right.
All of it together is just, I mean, they just lay all of it on you at the same time. So trying to find that time balance of, you know, when I can hang with people aside from my fraternity, and people with the fraternity.
And, like, I don't know about y'all, but I was so immature. Like, I look back on it, and I'm like,
dude, yes.
I was a freaking baby, dude.
And your mind's just so consumed in, like,
yeah,
in that at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, last question, then we're going to wrap it up. So what is one goal that you have coming into this new year? Whether that's financial goals, college goals, relationship goals, shoot it.
I mean, I had already mentioned Carson and I. We've been dating for 4 years now, so she is graduated. She is on. She has a full job at ISN located in Dallas. She's working out of the Dallas office.
Shout out to Carson.
Yeah, I know. Shout out. So, you know, it's definitely been in our future that we are looking to get married.
Let's go.
So proposal is definitely coming up sometime here pretty soon, which is honestly crazy to think about. I am sitting here almost 22 years old, and I'm thinking about proposing, which is
crazy.
It's nuts. I mean, I never thought I would have been at this position at 22 years old, but here I am. I mean, God placed it on my heart, so I'm going to take it. It's that, and I guess finding a job in Dallas as well, so we could both be down there and accomplish our own goals at the same time.
That's awesome.
I would say my goal is more so just like to stop. I feel like I get so freaking worked up about just my future and what I'm gonna do, and it's
hard
like
not
all
to, man.
I can freaking think about. And so my goal needs to be just to, I guess, stop caring so much about it and just place it in God's hands.
I would say that's like the main thing that most people our age stress about.
Yes, I agree.
Is trying to figure out what the heck they're gonna do past graduation.
Yes, it's like the biggest weight I feel like in my life at the moment, and so I'd say just like having more dependence on God in that area, and also just like it's gonna end up working out.
Yeah, of course.
Mason?
I feel like for me, like Landon, I'm moving back to Amarillo after this semester, and I feel like the most important, the most thing I'm worried about is getting connected with godly community.
That's big.
I think that was a huge impact and changer, game changer when I came to OSU, when I found that godly community and really just sunk in. That's when I started to grow.
When did you find that community here?
I would say I found that I went to SMC 2021.
Okay.
So after
your
last year,
beginning of
literally almost last year.
Right.
Right after your, I guess.
So it was 2022, right?
Yeah.
Semester, I would.
It's the last SMC.
It was right at the beginning of 2022. Yeah. So before then, I was pursuing Christ, but it was just way harder without community. And my roommate, John Donovan, he was going to STUMO stuff and SMC, and he invited me to that. And I was like, I mean, why not? I'll go.
Might as well.
And so I went to SMC. I met all these amazing people following Christ, and they just welcomed me with open arms. And it was a complete new friend group that just pushed me towards Christ, and we were all just striving for the same thing. So, and when you're all striving for the same thing, it's just
makes life a lot easier.
Right.
That's something that I feel like STUMO does a great job about when they have those events. Is if new people come, I know that you're going to be welcome.
Oh, for
You know?
sure.
Like the first time I ever went to one of them was when Mason invited me, and like I submitted my Kaleo application because I met so many cool people there.
Yeah.
Like that night, I had no...
In the Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, and the Chick-fil-A, of course. But no, I'm kidding. But yeah, I think Stuma does a great job, especially here in Stillwater, just of like opening their arms to absolutely anyone.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
For sure.
But my goal, I think, is just to find my joy in God more. This semester, I just feel like I've been in a season of doubt and just been like doubting my future and just all that other stuff that life throws at you. But like, I haven't been abiding in Christ. And these past few weeks, I've been really relying on just abiding in Christ and seeing His love flow through me and those around me as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I think that's one of my biggest goals this semester is just finding my joy in Him.
Good goal.
So,
That's it.
yeah.
Good thing to strive for.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that wraps up our first episode of the pod, boys. What do y'all think?
First
That's
episode,
pretty
man.
good, huh?
We're gonna try to have one once a week, right?
Yeah.
I'm definitely honored to be a guest on this very, very first episode.
Let's go.
That boy
What's the
Landon
name?
Morgan.
Dude, we don't know yet.
Oh, there's no name.
We'll figure it out.
Well,
Yeah, we'll figure out a name.
who's coming
Name
up
coming
next?
next
Who's
week.
taking my spot next time?
Dude,
Lincoln Tap, right?
yeah, supposedly it's Lincoln.
Lincoln Tap is who?
LinkedIn.
Yeah, LinkedIn. So
You better.
it's LinkedIn, and then we may have some basketball guys interested as well. So
Basketball guys through
OSU.
Fighter
Oakland
pilots
State.
too.
Yeah.
No, just
Okay.
watch
Some
it.
cheerleaders.
Fighter pilots.
YMCA.
Cheerleaders.
Intramural basketball
Yeah, they
Mason,
pick
champions.
up a lot.
Jack, Spencer, we got it all. All right, guys.
All right. See y'all.
Hey, thank
Thanks.
you guys.